Wix Studio, one end-to-end web creation platform for your agency to deliver exceptional work with absolute efficiency.
The #1 long-form writer that helps SEOs outrank competition at the click of a button using real-time research and NLP. Start ranking content today with contentatscale.ai.
All right, I can see the back of the stage. I hope nobody is sleeping. My name is Chima Mmeje, and I am an SEO content writer and strategist. I also work at Moz, recently started that, so I'm still getting used to saying that I work at Moz. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about 15 teardown examples of money keywords guaranteed to lift conversion. Basically, this is me sharing a bunch of examples from brands that are doing well and not so well, what they've done, what has failed, and what you can learn from it to write better copy. All right, let's get started. The essentials. Before I go on, I'm not going to share my slides after, so you really want to pay attention. If you want to take pictures, take pictures. I'm not going to share my slides after. So much good information in here. Essentials, pricing pages, product pages. This is an example from Help Juice. They said, software so amazing, even pricing is made easy. But if you look down at this, they have starter, they have run-up, they have all of these plans, and then there's no information on what you're going to be getting if you buy any of these plans. They just say all futures. What does all futures mean? But this is a better example. If you're going to do a pricing page, you want to have a list of what the person is going to get if they purchase that plan, and then add that on the upgrade so that they know what they're getting as they move along. Product page. Now, this is a very good advice from Rachel Pilcher, one of the best B2B SaaS copywriters I know. She said, mistake on product pages, jargony technical information crammed into a long-ass page. Let's look at what that looked like. This is a really good example from Guru, one of my former clients. At the top, they say the AI-powered intranet for your whole company. Immediate value at the top. This is another good example from Deal. What I really like about Deal is how the words is like it's piercing my brain, and they are removing all the barriers that is going to make me, one, not understand what they do, and then two, not give them my money. I look at this, and I know what Deal does. We handle complexity, you focus on growth, and then look at those 3 values right under there. Another thing you want to have on your product page is social proof, but not just any social proof. I think this is where we get it wrong. You have to figure out a way to ask the right questions so that when you get social proof, it correlates with the message you're trying to translate. For example, look at the social proof from Deal. Before Deal, hiring and paying our global team was an ordeal. Before Deal, we were intimidated by hiring remotely. Before Deal, there's always what happened before Deal and what happened after Deal. Problem, solution, inside the proof. And now the last one, Deal has made it super easy for a small company based all over the world to hire and pay folks. If I was looking for a solution like this, just from reading this social proof, I know what I'm going to get if I move to Deal. Now, this is still Deal. They really understand what it means to write product pages. Now look at this example under. Onboarding a contractor in Ecuador is different from onboarding an employee in Germany. This just shows you that if you're going to be hiring remote teams, then hiring laws are different across countries, and you need experts that understand those laws to make your job easier. Who is that expert? Deal. All right, this is my favorite type of content to create, and the way to find this is when you're doing keyword research, you filter by the modifier of best. Now, examples of writing this include review articles, product roundups, and top 10 lists. This is an example of Best Buy, taken from Stats Search Analytics. As you can see, it's a massive website, and look at how much aggregate traffic they have, almost 100 million. I just go into Stats, do that keyword research, and then I filter the results by what? Best tablets. When I'm doing that keyword research, I have 3 steps. I go generic, best tablets. I go specific, best tablets for an audience, graphic designers. And now the one that is harder, explore other product use cases that also relate to the keyword of best tablets. Someone who is doing a remote office setup needs a tablet. Someone who is working from home, work from home must-haves could also relate to that. Next modifier, downloadable offers. I don't want to waste time on this because this is just very straightforward. Do your keyword research and then filter by these modifiers. Now, this is one of my favorite type of content to focus on. Versus and alternate keyword. Format. I'm giving this format because I don't want us to just focus on words. I feel like there's so many different type of content we can be creating that we're not exploring because we are so obsessed with blog posts. I want us to start thinking in an omni-channel content format when we create content. You can have your competitor pages as Twitter threads. I've done this for so many brands when I'm creating influencer content for them. You can have it as a Reddit thread. You can have it as landing pages, Quora, TikTok videos, YouTube videos. So many options to explore. Now, these are the things to remember when you are doing that research and writing the content for comparison pages. Modifiers to look at, brand X review, brand X alternative, brand X competitors, brand Y versus brand Z. All right, this is an example from DocuSign. They say better signing experience for blah, 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 blah. What does that even mean? This is now DocuSign versus HelloSign. We just looked at DocuSign versus HelloSign, and now this is what the other way around. Is DocuSign easier than e-signature alternatives? Why are you asking me? I'm coming to you to tell me why I should give you my money, and you're asking me if your competitor is better. Makes no sense. The text under there doesn't even explain anything. I try to keep reading the page down, and at this point, I'm already sleeping. But now you have a competitor, PandaDoc, doing their own page and doing a fabulous job of it. PandaDoc versus DropSign. Look at that text under. When you trade Dropbox for PandaDoc, you will enjoy unlimited templates, faster document creation, and advanced analytics. Immediately, I know what I am getting. And then they remove that barrier by telling me, start your free 14-day trial, no credit card required. Now, I love a good future table, but something to realize when you're doing future table is to make sure that you're listing the things that you offer that your competitors do not offer so that you look much better than them. This is another way of writing reviews. Again, I said, get your customers to give you reviews that allow you to mention specific features of what they got out of the product. This customer is saying that Document 360, he loves their amazing Markdown editor and SEO features. If these are features that are important to me when I'm researching knowledge-based platform, that means that Document 360 is now a clear winner in my mind. Now, when you are writing this kind of content, something I think that people don't do enough is going after keywords of 2 competitors that doesn't mention you. For example, this is PandaDoc. They are writing a competitor page on HelloSign versus DocuSign. And now they have the page itself. Very okay. No, they're not dragging their competitors. They are very, very like on point. They get to the conclusion and boom, they plug themselves. What if you could capture electronic signature for free? The magic word, free. And then they said, what if you could do more? With PandaDoc, we offer a free plan that allows you to upload and send unlimited. At this point, I subscribed to PandaDoc. I dumped HelloSign, I dumped DocuSign, and I went to PandaDoc because everything was free. Now, this is the best copywriter I know in the whole world for writing competitor pages, and he really gives good advice here. He says, see what the SERP shows for each keyword. This is when you're doing the keyword research. No assumptions. A versus keyword is not the same as an alternative to keyword. Okay, so I go and do the keyword research. I want to see what that looks like. And here, I'm doing what? Moz alternatives. And I can see that it's mostly listicles here. 9 of the best, top 10, 17 best, blah, blah, blah. This is for what? Alternative. And then I go and do the versus keyword, and what am I saying? The comparison is on a granular level. Future recommendations, future spotlight, what does this one do, what does this one do? Much more granular, which tells you that you really need to look at the intent before you even start creating that content. Now, next one, solution X for audience Y, what I like to call personalized pages. Format can be landing page, products page, or a long-form blog post, depending on what the SERP says. Again, go into your keyword research and you filter with one word, F-O-R, for. That's it. Filter by it. And now you have something like this. Again, this data is from stats. And then you can have cheap tablets for toddlers, tablets for students, tablets for sale under 50. Basically, you have to use this to find all the different audience groups that your product is going out to. This is really good for a new company that doesn't know who their audience is and is trying to use competitors' data to form their own strategy. It can be a blog post, it can be a landing page. The SERP is going to tell you what it has to be. Now let's look at a teardown example. This is Monday's sales CRM. And what does that headline say? A CRM you would actually want to use. What does it mean? I want you that if you take nothing away from this, remember this. If you're writing web copy, if you're writing any type of content, ask yourself that question. What does this mean? All right, another example again. This is from Salesforce. Discover the small business CRM that is built for success. For me, this is vague. It doesn't tell me anything. It doesn't give me the value of switching to Salesforce if I was looking for a competitor. Next, customer success stories. I think that everybody should be creating this. I don't think we're investing enough in customer success stories. I don't know why. Modifiers for this include success, testimonials, and case studies. The ideal format, in my opinion, would be videos, long-form articles, and landing pages. Let's look at some examples. This is from Active Campaign. I love case studies and customer success stories that feature the person. I hate those stories where they say, we work with an ex-customer in Y industry, and they don't list the customer's name, and they just use like vague information that doesn't tell you who the person is. Anybody can do that with ChatGPT. How do I know you're telling me the truth? But this one mentions the company's name, the person, and then they put a picture. Now, this is another good example from Guru. Guru got this case study from someone who is actually using the tool, an account executive, a new employee at the company, and then he says, as a new employee, Guru helped me to find information without needing to ask a more tenured colleague. This is showing you that you're going to save time having to train new employees if you're using Guru as your knowledge-based platform. And then they don't just have this on the case study page. No. What I was doing for Guru was that when I create content, we take a snippet, create it into something like this, and then add it to the blog post as a way to show value when the person is reading that content. All right, another good example from Dropbox, using video to do case studies. And finally, good example. I love a good start. I love numbers. Tell me what the result was so that I can visualize it in my mind. Next, data-driven case studies. Ideal formats, blog posts, infographics, videos, and Twitter. Did I just say Twitter? Twitter threads. All right, according to Gartner, over 90% of case studies do not contain the information that is required to pick the target audience interest. A brand that does case studies so well that I am in love with is Foundation. Nobody does case studies better than Foundation. This is one example now, and they are doing a case study on who? Bank rates. This case study is gated, which means that they are using it to collect emails. Brilliant strategy. And when the case study is free, as it is here, they use it to build authority and to kind of like lure the person in. This is one about Loom. They have the whole case study detailing Loom strategy, and then at the end, they say, what can Loom do better? Obviously, content marketing. And then look at this part I highlighted. Loom can do a better job of building authority. Who's going to help you build authority? Foundation. Gaetano is one of my favorite human beings in the world. He's also one of the best people who understand content. He wrote this case study on Moz in 2019, and I recently just found it. Insane results. He talked about the work he did at Sales Hacker while he was the VP of marketing. I hope everyone who lives here goes back and read this case study. This is the blueprint on writing case studies that build authority. Now, next, ebooks. Let me go back here and say the big question that I see many people struggle with is what do we create as ebooks? My friend Russell says use your ebooks to overcome buyer's hesitations and answer all the common sales questions. Me, I say use your ebooks to write buying guides. Because if you write buying guides, that allows you to overcome those buyer's hesitations and answer those common questions that prepares the user or the prospect for that sales call. Examples. This is one that I did for Randstad RiseSmart, choosing the best outplacement service partner. Another example I did for Guru, buying guide, how to choose the best intranet software. The whole idea is that your ebooks should make the lead sales ready. Now, this is my best tip for writing ebooks. Replace the conclusion of an ebook with a one-page customer story. You write this ebook, it's filled with all this information that explains all the questions that the person is asking. And then at the end of it, you have a customer testimonial, basically saying that, oh, we've done this for this person in this industry that you're in. And then we gain these results for them. Chef kiss. Seal the deal right there. Take my money. Next one, research reports. This one is so hard to do, and honestly, I'm not a fan, but the result is insanely good. I'm just being honest. Now, Erin Bowser says, reports drive new leads. It's an excellent way to engage cold leads, and it fuels your content strategy for the entire year. She's right. This is one example, Ira and Women in Tech SEO, the State of Technical SEO reports. Another one that I really like to read because I'm obsessed with cybersecurity is the State of Cybersecurity reports in the UK. I feel like if you do reports, this can earn you a shit ton of backlinks than any other outreach campaign you would ever do. For me, this is like the biggest thing, and it's also a great way to build authority. Now, statistics. Formats, long-form blog posts, infographics, and social media threads. Look at this. Every single stat here, I can make it into a Twitter thread, LinkedIn post, Quora, Reddit, TikTok, videos. I can even give this to a client who is asking me about results and say, oh, okay, according to this research that was conducted, it takes 3.1 months to see the impact of links on search ranking. There's so many things that you can do with an article or statistics, and you can also use it to even earn backlinks naturally. Influencer content. I feel like this is something we need to be doing more of. I want to challenge everybody here who is heading content. I want you to invest in influencer content. And not just any influencer content, the type that seems organic. Now, it can be paid, it can be unpaid, it can be somebody who has really enjoyed it, so just talking about it. Liam is always having a funny stuff. He's always writing funny shit on Twitter and on LinkedIn. And I read this, and the first thing I took away was that, oh, okay, person learns SEO from Moz. Person understands SEO basics. The rest, I don't even, but I'm like, my takeaway from this is that Moz is good for learning SEO at a foundational level. Another example, this is Moz, partner with an influencer to do a tutorial on keyword research. Look at how many people have watched that video. 66,000 people. Your influencer content doesn't just have to be inviting someone to write a blog post or a guest post or something. You can explore all these different content formats. Now, this is one I really liked. Gaetano made a post recently on why we should be partnering with link building agencies to build links. And then he mentioned dofollow.io. Immediately, I went to go and research them because I've never heard of them before. But because Gaetano has like 40,000 followers on LinkedIn, they've been exposed to his audience. And look at the engagement from the post. Now, when you do influencer content, you can even use it in your sales. If you're talking to somebody who is invested or who likes that influencer, and I say, oh, okay, do you know that Gaetano Dinadi uses this link building agency when he's creating content? And the person is like, oh, okay, Gaetano is someone I respect. Okay, mad, okay, let's do that. That is one way of connecting yourself to an audience that doesn't know who you are by leveraging those influencer partnerships. Wow, I can't believe I went through 80 slides in 20 minutes. And that is it. If you need content writing or strategy, look me up on my website, zenithcopy.com. And that's it.
Monthly reporting making you want to shove sharp things up your nose? Try Dragon Metrics, the all-in-one SEO software with mind-blowing reporting tools.